Okay, so today's opener, we have the first problem, which is last week's lesson, adding and subtracting square roots, except for I added a whole bunch of different terms in there, right? Instead of having like only 4 terms, we have multiple ones, so it's a little bit more difficult because you have to keep track of your like terms a little bit better. And then the second question on the back side of your opener today is going to be the new stuff, multiplying square roots. So let's take a look at adding and subtracting square roots first. So the very first thing that I need to do here is go through and factor each individual square root and put it in simplest form. So I'm just going to have Rihanna go through the first step and factor each square root for me.
For 32, 2 and 16, and for 16, 2 and 8, and for 8, 2 and 4, and for 4, 2 and 2, and then
Okay.
for 24, 2 and 12, and then for 12.
Hold up. Okay.
And for 12, 2 and 6, and then for 6, 2 and 3.
All right.
And for 45, 5 and 9, and then for 9, 3 and 3. And then for 6 is just 2 and 3. And then for 80 it's 8 and 10. And then for 8 is 2 and 4. And then for 4 is 2 and 2. And then for 10 is 2 and 5. And for 8 is just 2 and 4. And then for 4, 2 and 2. And for 25 is 5 and 5.
Okay. So at this point, you guys should do a pretty decent job on factoring them all. Now, we're going to come down and we're going to write each of these factors under a square root sign. This is where, if you write big like me, you need to try to write a little bit smaller. Hopefully, I can squeeze it all on there, in there. Okay, so we're going to have equals square root. What goes under my square root sign here, Darius?
2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
How many 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what do I bring down? This is all you. This is all your step.
Plus the 3.
Good job on remembering to bring your coefficient, then your square root. What goes under your square root?
2 times 2 times 2 times 3.
Okay.
And minus
Okay.
square root 3 times 3 times 5.
Okay.
Then plus square root 2 times 3.
Okay.
Then plus the 2
Nice.
square root 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 minus square root 2 times 2 times 2 minus square root 5 times 5.
Good. Nice job. So I wrote a lot smaller so I could fit them all in there. How many of you guys remembered your coefficients? How many of you guys remembered to bring those coefficients down? Good. Okay. From here, then I'm going to circle my factor pairs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. Did I get them all? Okay, so now I'm going to write each square root in simplest form. So each square root in simplest form, who wants this step? Who hasn't participated yet? Don't all jump at once. I'm going to pick on someone then. Beyonce? Ready? So that's going to equal?
4 square root of 2.
Okay.
Plus 6 square root of 6
Nice.
minus 3 square root of 5 square root of 6 4 square root of 10 minus square root, no, 2 square root of 2 minus
Nice job. How we do so far?
okay.
Okay? Yes.
I got an 8.
Yeah, that's
5
like
after
a
the 6.
Wait, where?
After the square root of 6, I got plus 8 square root.
So did I write something down wrong here? So this should have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nobody caught Darius's mistake, and I didn't either. You're right. So that should have been.
I got that on my paper too.
So that should have been a times 2, which would have given us another factor pair, which would have canceled, making that. So making that. Let's see here.
plus 8.
Where am I at? So instead of plus 4
It's
square
8.
root 10, it should have been 8 square root 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up here racing.
I was sent.
You're erasing it all?
I was sent.
Oh, how you say this wrong on my paper? Guess what I got?
No, that's not what I said. It was wrong on your paper.
Oh.
I do remember that part. Nice catch. Good. Okay, now this is the tricky part. So now we need to go ahead and simplify. We need to solve, but we have to do it in order from least to greatest, combining like terms. So I need to identify my like terms. I first want to identify my smallest like term. So what's my smallest like term up there, or my smallest term? Negative 5. Do we understand why that negative 5 is my smallest?
Yeah.
Because it does not have a radicand, right? And why is it a negative? Because we always look at the sign directly in front of it, okay? So since I'm done with that negative 5, I'm just going to kind of put a line through it to show that I'm finished with it. Now, look at your radicand. What is your smallest radicand up there?
-2.
3.
What's my smallest radicand?
Negative.
The radicand is your inside number. 2. So you're going to find your square roots with the radicand of 2. So I have 4 square root 2, and then as Deontay was saying, negative 2 square root 2. So now we're going to combine those coefficients. So basically what that means, I'm taking 4 minus 2, which is 2. So it's going to be plus 2 what? Square root 2. Okay, I'm finished with that. So I'm just going to cross that out so I know I'm done with that one. So what's my next smallest radicand?
5.
Okay,
Negative.
negative 3 square root 5 and,
Um,
okay. So now we're going to combine those coefficients. So it's negative 3 plus 8. So positive 5 square root 5. Okay, finished with those. So my next smallest radicand are going to be my 6's. Now, this square root of 6 does not have a coefficient. So what's the value of the coefficient going to be?
1.
A 1. So now I have positive 6 plus 1, which equals positive 7 square root 6. And that's your final answer.
Yep.
It's a long one. Kelsey got it. You missed your negative 5. Did you fix it?
Yeah.
Hey, Darius, tell me how that's going to be acceptable to wear your hood in my class. Thank you. All the way down. All right. Y'all have this. 'Cause if I hit the next button, it's gone forever.
Do you mean you are?
Forever, forever, ever.
No, it's not, because we can argue with the.
Google Classroom, that's true. All right, here we go. Okay, so now to the new stuff. So now we have, okay, so now we're going to multiply square roots. So the first step when we multiply square roots is to do what, Rihanna? What's my very first step when I multiply square roots?
Multiply coefficient.
Which equals?
15.
Good. So she took the 3 times 5 to get 15. Step 2 tells me to do what then? Yeah, factor my radicands. So, imagine. What are my factors of 18?
3 and 6.
Okay, keep going.
And for 6 is 3 and 2.
All right, what about for 30? Bless you.
Yeah, 3
And for 10?
5-2.
What did I say? Bless you. Okay, now what do I do with all these factors?
What's the greatest?
How?
Put them underneath one square root.
Do you know that? Is that what you're going to answer? So we're going to use one square root sign, and we're going to put all of these prime numbers in order from least to greatest. So that's going to look like 2 times 2 times...
3.
I have 3 3s, right?
Yep.
Times what? Do I have them all? Double check me, because I messed up last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then from here, I go ahead and simplify as normal. So I'm going to circle my factor pairs. Okay. And then I'm going to continue to simplify. So my factor pairs cancel, and they move to a single number in the coefficient. What's my coefficient already? So I'm going to have 15 times, then what?
Square root of 2 times 5.
And then from there, I just simplify. So what's 15 times 2?
30.
30 times 3? 90. Square root, and then simplify your radicand. 3 times 5? 15. So 90, square root 15.